Game of Throne Bones. 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 Game of Throne Bones.
That hurt my voice
Was that
a
too
lot.
much? At the end there.
That's probably the worst version of Game of Thrones intro ever heard by anyone ever.
I liked it. I think we nailed it. I think it was perfect. Actually.
We go on the road with it. We're the Game of Thrones Bone singers.
Yes, the Game of Thrones Bone quartet.
Quartet.
Yes. You two plus me and the other voices in my head.
the 79 other personalities.
Yes.
Well, I am the man they know as Z, and this is OrkU, and I am joined by my usual compatriots, Scott Cabler.
Welcome back to yet another exciting show. Reviews will kill you.
No idea what that was.
And then there's that other guy, the one that you love to hate. It's the Noob-Noob.
I hurt my voice singing.
Just look at yourselves. Nobody loves you because of how you look.
Your stores are full of ugly customers.
I feel ugly just talking to you.
Vile.
Gross.
Icky.
Putrid.
Gunky.
Bad looking. Ugly.
Gunky. Vile. Putrid. Yes?
Then, yeah, that's another dead horse.
Yep.
So,
Blew it up. Blew that shit up.
So what is...
Horse parts all over the ground.
Just sprayed in horse parts.
Now he goes to the glue factory, already compressed.
still don't know how horses make glue. That makes no sense to me.
Shredded.
I hear gorilla glue. Gorilla?
Glue?
Gorilla.
Grew. I got Gorilla Grew.
Gorilla
Would you like some Grew?
glue.
Grew?
Would you
I
some
like Grew.
We need to hold these together. Could you hold some Grew?
Okay.
You have
That's
Grew for me? Can we have some Grew?
gonna move that train along and say what we're doing today.
I
in my
am
sultry voice. Oh, nope.
I am Groot.
I am Grew.
All right. Gonna get interrupted.
It's like Groot's special needs cousin.
I am Grew.
Okay. That's
That's one way of putting it.
that. All right. So on the docket is some stuff. We're doing. We're doing screaming because Game of Thrones made me scream. Yes, definitely that. I saw Detective Pikachu. That made me scream like a little child in a good way. And then I watched a whole bunch of shows that the series and the seasons have. Yes, sound just like that.
How did other people in the theater get through it with you screaming like that the whole time?
Probably they were screaming with me. We just cuddled all together in a communal circle and watched Pikachu. Yeah, and then I watched some shows: Big Bang Theory, Hawaii Five-0, Blacklist, and then there's news.
You have a very active life, don't you?
You have.
You get out all the time.
I'm gonna beat you in a plank off later.
If you walk out in the sun right now,
I will
would
beat
you
you
catch
off
on
planking.
fire?
I will. What?
If you walk out in the sun right now, would you catch on fire?
No, I'm
Like
literally
because you never see the sun.
Well, I was gonna say he's just so hot.
I got. Why do I come to these things? So Game of Thrones has a fan petition going around, and Julia Roberts.
Are we starting the news already?
No, I'm going through the list of news.
Really?
Okay.
Dude, you've been doing that for like 15 minutes now.
No, I haven't. That was the list of shit
Oh my
I
God,
watched.
That's so long.
God damn it, because I'm being interrupted.
So is this what
Sonic was pushed back.
About?
Stormtroopers, Disney wants peoples, and Terminator has a new thing that apparently women are happy about. I don't know. Women aren't happy about. They are happy. They aren't happy. They're terminated.
have good news for you today.
Yeah, so Terminator, Dark Fate had a teaser trailer.
Ooh, it's so teasily.
And this is where Sarah Connor comes back. Fun fact, did you know that she had permanent hearing damage done to her while she was filming Terminator 2 Judgment Day? When she shot a gun off in an elevator.
Well, that's not very smart.
Kind of. That's how things happen. You fire a.
Well, she wasn't wearing her like ear thingamajiggers.
Without hearing protection.
Her inner thingamajig.
That's the one thing I love.
Yeah.
That's the one trope I love about movies. Whenever someone's shooting a gun and they're like, "Oh, I'm fine." No, if you shoot a gun in a small room, you're gonna blow your eardrums out. It takes a little bit of recovery for that. You don't hear anything for hours.
Do you know from personal experience?
Yes, many times.
Yeah.
Shot many people in many elevators.
I've shot many people in many an elevator.
Okay.
Many an elevator.
No, that's just like common knowledge. If you own a gun and have gone to shoot it one time, you know how loud they actually are. And if you shoot in a small place, you pretty much get complete damage to your eardrums. There's lawsuits going on with like ex-military because the hearing protection used to have wasn't actually good enough for all the like munitions they were firing.
Yes,
It's
very
really loud and scary, which
riveting.
is something that you're not familiar with.
This has so much to do with Terminator, though.
scared.
Well, it has to do
I'm
with
scared
what you
of
just
Terminator.
said about her losing her hearing because
true.
of firearms in a small
That
room.
is that's fair.
So yes, it does relate.
that's a
So let's talk about the teaser,
Yeah.
Dark Fate. Do you feel faded
I
or
didn't
dark?
watch it, so
You didn't watch it?
I was not teased enough to watch it.
Oh, well, that makes you useless.
Well, I know who did watch it. A whole bunch of men on Reddit who are now furious because God forbid a woman do anything like exciting or good or positive
Are you?
Or anything, period.
or anything. Period.
That's outside of the kitchen, right?
Yeah, God forbid a woman do anything besides go to the kitchen and make a goddamn sandwich because that's her job.
So
She
wait, are
should
they
know better?
just mad about the female Terminator, or are they mad about Sarah Connor too?
From what I saw, mostly just complete like chauvinistic douchebag comments about, oh, here's another strong female lead because women don't do enough in this world and blah 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 blah. No, you know what? Guess what, douchebag? You're an asshole, and you need to accept that women can do things too. Because
There already was a movie that I don't even remember, and I don't even know who the chick who starred in it was.
Christina Loken?
where
You talking about Terminator 3?
She was a
Yes.
female Terminator.
Yeah, that was fucking horrible.
Now, is it a female?
But who cares? That's the point. There already was a female Terminator, so there's a precedent for it. So who cares?
Is it an actual female Terminator
Yeah.
in this one?
I don't know. I don't know. In the teaser, she's
Arnie
like,
shows
"I'm a
up.
human."
Well, Arnie shows up. The girl who might be the Terminator looked very and acted very human. Did not behave Terminator-ish.
She definitely has like metal skin and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, there's another T-3000 or whatever it is, the Liquid Terminator. That's a dude.
That thing looks like really stupid too, because like the move it does in between it's like, why would you do that? Like the time it took to morph into the other side,
yes.
I could have already been there.
She throws the rebar through the windshield, and he like slithers
Morphs
up the
around it.
reboard to go to the hood.
For no reason.
Because no reason
Because
whatsoever.
it looks cool.
Yeah, well, that's all it is. It looked cool, so that's why they did it.
I did hear complaints about the CGI. That it does not look up to snuff, but it's a teaser.
It was a teaser. It's also so quick that it's not like you really like concentrate and decide whether or not it was up to snuff anyway.
Did remind me of what Terminator, not Terminator. It reminded me of Matrix, like Revolutions, like CGI, like just not
yeah.
up to snuff.
Yeah, I could see that. But you also just said this is a trailer. This is like a rough cut at it. This isn't the final go round.
I probably won't see it.
Did it look better than
Why?
Sonic
Because it's
CGI?
got a female lead.
No, I just won't see it because I tried the last 3 Terminator movies have all sucked ass. Why would I watch it?
No,
Even
the
one
last
with
3 ones
Daenerys.
didn't suck. The one with Christian Bale was good.
No, that was horrible.
No, I didn't really mind.
it was good.
I didn't
No,
really
it
mind
wasn't.
the very last one
pretty
that I
good.
did. Old Arnie.
The one with Genesis?
Yeah,
Genesis-
was that
Tell me what
Genesis?
happened in that movie.
I don't know what happened.
It was a younger Sarah Connor, and she became the hero, and she was the one protecting what's his face, who came back the first time. It was pre-Terminator 1.
That one had so many plot holes in it, I couldn't even...
It was a completely new timeline.
I don't
Just a waste
remember.
of a movie.
Well, I thought it was fun.
It was
Useless.
You
In
just-
fact,
You just didn't like
Honest
it because there's
Trailers
a strong female
renamed
lead.
it.
You're one of those guys on Reddit who are complaining about female leads because they're not barefoot in the kitchen making you a sandwich.
No, because Sarah Connor was already badass. I expected her to be badass. How would she change?
She wasn't badass until
In
Terminator
2?
Yeah, she was badass in Terminator 2. But in the last Terminator, which is Genesis, I believe, it was pre-Terminator 1. So what was the guy's name who came through in Terminator 1?
Kyle Reese.
Kyle Reese. Terminator 1 was Kyle Reese. Terminator Genesis was pre-Kyle Reese.
No, it wasn't.
It was Terminator came back to Sarah Connor before Kyle Reese showed up. And then when Kyle Reese came through expecting to protect Sarah Connor, she wound up protecting him instead.
But also, I
they had to
know
make babies.
I know what actually happened. The answer is nobody gives a fuck. Terminator sucks, and I think
Move on.
Sonic's probably going to be better. But it got pushed back till February 14th, a very
And
seductive date.
That's
January
actually
14th?
probably
February
a
14th.
Smart move.
Oh.
It's coming out Valentine's Day.
Why?
Why? Because they're
Well, we know why.
redesigning the character.
Because dim legs.
I don't know why.
legs.
Sonic was cute.
Dim legs. He was a rat. He didn't
Yeah.
even look like a hedgehog.
It was a little kid in Sonic pajamas. It was horrible.
Yeah,
Awful.
but now they're going to change it. It was going to be comically bad. Now it's just going to be bad, but
And
now they're
bad.
putting more money.
to make it better.
Yeah.
And if they make Sonic look the way he's supposed to look, I'm the game.
No, you're not.
I don't-
Yes, I
Don't
am.
lie. You weren't going to see it in the first place.
I'm still not going to see it.
I
but
wouldn't
I'm,
see it.
I'm
Oh, I'm totally seeing it. I can't fucking wait.
more if Sonic looks the way he's supposed to look.
Oh,
I
there's-
wanted Sonic to stay the same because he looks terrifying the way he does.
It's horrible the way he does. The
So
way he
you're
looks
saying
now,
that it
there's-
would have been epically like one of the worst movies ever made, and now it's just going to be just
Really
not
bad.
that good of
the
a
way
movie.
it is, the way it was, I would never see it ever, effing ever, whenever
I
it
would
came out.
see it just
whenever.
for yucks.
If they make Sonic look proper, I will see it when it comes out for free
free.
at no cost to me.
At no cost to you.
I will not be spending that money on Sonic.
No, I could get behind that. Them rings, I'm keeping them rings.
Keeping them rings.
No rings for you, Sonic.
Jim Carrey's Eggman, though, it's going to be great.
No.
It's a rehash of
Of Sonic?
Jim Van Carrey or Jim Van Carrey. Who the fuck is Jim Van Carrey?
The Mask?
I am Jim Van Carrey.
What's it going to be a
No,
rehash of?
Ace Ventura.
How's it?
It's a smart Ace Ventura.
I don't see
I
the
haven't seen
connection.
Ace Ventura in
It's
so
Ace
long.
Ventura
so-
as an evil genius.
So you're saying that Stephen King wrote,
Jim Van Carrey.
and he wrote this new Sonic movie.
Yes.
Wait, Stephen King wrote...
When did Stephen King write Ace Ventura?
Didn't he write Pet Sematary?
Yeah, no, Ace Ventura.
Pet Detective,
Sematary.
motherfucker.
That's
Oh.
Pet Detective. Ace Ventura, Pet Cemetery.
I was actually trying to call back to when we were convincing Noob-Noob that Zelda was written by Stephen King.
When did that ever happen?
That was an episode, several episodes ago.
Where I was convinced that Zelda...
Alrighty then.
Okay. What the hell is this now?
I am Ace Ventura, Pet Cemetery. I will come find your pets for you, then bury them in the pet cemeteries, then come back to life as zombies, and then I will track them down again, because I am Ace Ventura.
What the fuck?
Detective in a cemetery. Alrighty
Don't you have to
then.
talk out of your ass a little bit?
I would, but then I have to stand up, and I don't feel like doing that.
So
It probably wouldn't work too well on microphone either. That's a very morbid take on
I don't
Pet Detective.
know what just happened with that whole bit. I'm very confused.
Cemetery Pet Detective.
Yeah, but that was a great audition tape, though. You should save that for when Disney calls your name for the Stormtrooper auditions, because they're hiring for their new launch of the Disneyland Star Warsy park. That I don't know.
Galaxy's Edge.
Galaxy's Edge. Yes, they want you to come and edge with them.
They're looking for you.
They're looking for some edging.
You too could be a trooper. I wonder what it would sound like what the trooper auditions sound like.
I mean, do they modulate your voice?
Welcome to the Star Wars Stormtrooper auditions. Can we please have our first auditionee come up to the mic, please?
Yes, my name is Bane.
Yes, Mr. Bane, is it, what do you believe are your qualifications for this position as a Stormtrooper?
I was trained by the League of Shadows.
Very impressive. How would you say you are proficient with laser pistols?
I was trained by the League of Shadows.
Yes, we know that, we understand. How are you with a gun?
Isn't Isn't Bane DC?
That is true! For the League of Shadows!
Yes, we understand that. Did the League of Shadows use firearms at any time?
I think Bane's missing a chromosome.
No!
Did you prep for this skit at all, or are you just trying to wing it?
I was builded by the light, not builded. Wow. Bane sucks.
Didn't you write down questions?
I'm reading the fucking
Oh, wow.
questions.
We gave up the gun question, remember?
When did we say that?
Yes.
Are we just breaking the
Continue.
fourth wall? This is a bad audition.
Really? You wanna continue? So let's continue. So say you were entering a room and you hit your head on the door as you enter. How would you react?
I didn't see the light until I was already alone! By then it was nothing but blinding!
I guess that's be good, considering the helmets are rather dark.
The shadows betray you because they belong to me!
Yeah, that's
I feel like we need to bring on better contestants.
Is there anyone else who wanted to audition there?
Yeah, that was
I mean, there's a height requirement, but there is a shorty
I think
in
we're
the.
done with that skit.
Yeah, a fat yellow bear is for some reason coming in. Oh bother!
Yeah, let's just move on. Just please move on.
Well, who can't be a stormtrooper is
God,
Scott.
he sounds
That's
so
clear.
pervy. Is that poo?
No, just don't do it. Just don't.
No.
Move on.
I just want to get some honey. Jesus Christ!
Would you audition, Scott?
We'll do it live!
Despite the fact that you have a giant beard and
Yeah, my beard
not
will not fit in the
5'10".
mask.
You're not
I'm
5'10".
You're not
5'10".
slender
I'm
or
not
athletic.
skinny.
Slender or
No
athletic.
range of motion.
Yeah,
No,
they don't make storm outfits that fit my fat ass.
I would really love to see a fat, short stormtrooper.
with a beard coming
did
out
it.
from under the
With
helmet.
the beard sticking out from underneath the thing.
Do you think the beard would fit inside that skull-looking thing? Because the beard would be covering your mouth?
I can't, but I'm having trouble with the beard is stuck in my mouth.
I can't imagine, like, the summers in Florida being a stormtrooper just does not sound...
I assume there's air cooling in there.
Oh,
No,
you do?
no, not for the stormtroopers.
No?
Really?
No, fuck them.
You think they pay them more
What
than
is it,
minimum wage?
Slave labor?
Really?
They're basically PAs. They're extras. Nothing else.
You can't cook a human being in a suit
Yes, they can.
legally.
They can do whatever the hell they want. It's a movie set.
You're at will to work. You can you either take
And
the
if-
job or you don't.
Yeah,
Don't you
and
need
if
safe
you-
working conditions?
And
Wouldn't you die of a
if you
heat
don't
stroke?
like it, and if you don't like it, they'll kick you out and they'll bring in the next guy who's sitting there waiting to come on. board.
Begging to be a stormtrooper.
Exactly. Remember the old school picture of Star Wars when you have the boom operator, the audio operator, who's there in like these pink short shorts and nothing else?
Nope.
You ever see that picture? It's from the first Star Wars take. It's they're out in the desert. They're working around the glider.
Yeah.
There's Luke and Obi-Wan. And here's this boom operator who's just got a pair of headphones on and like pink short shorts.
Because they were filming in the desert.
Standing right behind Lucas. Yeah, because they're in the desert and everyone's frying to death. And this guy was the only smart one that's just stripped down to like nothing.
Well, Florida is, not a desert, but it's hot and humid
Yeah. And
So,
especially
get ready.
the humidity in that outfit.
for some sweaty stormtroopers.
Hopefully they got a fan somewhere.
a rear fan.
There are stormtroopers all over the ground. They have fainted. There are dead stormtroopers all over the ground. They have fainted from the heat.
Well, they're there to kick you out, too. You can't spend more than, 4 hours there or something.
Also remember, it is a wet heat. It is very different than the dry heat that you have on the West Coast.
Ah, yes.
You will get hot and sweaty inside your costume.
So, yeah, none of us are auditioning. No, thank you.
But do you get free admission to the park? I do that.
So you'd go work just to get free admission to the park?
Also, did you hear that Disneyland is now going to offer their employees
And then he won't be able to go into the park because we passed out from the heat.
free tuition to UCF? That's kind of cool.
UCF?
University
United-
of Central Florida.
United.
Yeah, because I want that.
Well, if you live in Florida,
Is that even a real school?
yeah, UCF. That has
I
some
don't
famous
think
college
so.
peoples that have earned the NFL.
You are fake news.
I think.
You are fake news.
That's not a real school.
No, UCF is a University of
No,
Central
it's
Florida.
not.
Fake news.
Okay.
Isn't the thing in Orlando? Where's Orlando? Is that Central Florida?
Sorta Central Florida.
Central-ish.
Central, yeah, close enough.
So get a degree to be a stormtrooper?
be a stormtrooper to get a free degree. Is more like it.
Stormtrooper.
Welcome
Yeah.
to Stormtrooper 101. Today we'll practice shooting at targets.
How about tripping over
If
things
you-
and bumping your head?
If you hit a target, you automatically fail.
Man, you're obsessed with shooting today.
Just because someone can't do the goddamn skit.
You were this is like your
live!
third thing
Fuck
you've
it!
talked about guns with.
Yeah, that was a really bad, really just you dropped the ball.
It wasn't my fault. He went off script.
You both.
I
Kinda,
was sitting there looking at the script. You're looking at your phone like, oh my god, what do I say next?
You
What do I say
went
next?
off
I don't remember
script.
any
you
Bane words.
straight up lost your shit mid Bane.
He went off script.
You
I was
also
trying-
it looked like you
I was
pissed
giving-
yourself.
I was
for
giving
a
you the
little bit there.
opportunity to rescue it and come back around, and you never made it.
You dribbled water in all the wrong places on your shorts.
Fucking thing
That's all right.
sucks.
Yeah, and it's dry now a little bit.
Try now.
But your shame is never going to be dry.
No.
That doesn't make sense. Anyway, I guess we should move to reviews of some sort.
I don't know. Is that the end of the news?
that the end?
Well,
news?
there's like a news thing with another thing, but it's going to tie into the thing later in the thing, so we should just do that thing later.
Sure.
Yeah. Fuck it.
Riggedy reviews.
God, you're gay.
I guess I'm the only one doing review stuff because I'm the only one who watches shit anymore. So if you check our Instagram, there's like 8 million reviews of TV shows, all watched by me.
So, listener, you could actually turn off and delete the rest of this podcast because what we're reviewing is not interesting because
Well, it's just this one segment.
who cares?
Just this one
All
segment.
of the
All right,
segments.
So fast forward.
What do you mean fast forward? I watched.
I'll put in the description what in a minute you have to fast forward to right now to skip through this bullshit we're about to talk about.
Wow, that
Yes.
is so rude
That
to
way
me.
you don't have to actually listen to it.
I am a third of this show, but 100% of its success. I will be listened to. And
Me helpy.
yep, that's it. Me
So
helpy.
what ridiculous shows did you watch that you're making us
most of them
talk
are kind
about?
of shitty, actually. Big Bang Theory, thank God that ended. After 12 seasons.
Was it disappointing?
The ending was actually kind of nice, but the show in general is kind of disappointing.
13 seasons of disappointing.
About 8 seasons of disappointing, 4 seasons of stupid, and then the final episode was nice.
I've never watched not even one episode.
Yeah, well, what? Okay. Well,
Not
whatever.
even one.
Hawaii Five-0, that is the quintessential example of pointless show. I don't
Wait.
know why I watch it.
That was a show?
It is
That
a
was
show.
a show like
Back in the
30 years
70s?
ago.
They
Yeah.
remade it. It's 9 seasons in.
When did
It
this happen?
keeps
9
getting fucking renewed.
Seasons?
Bullshit. I call bull.
Yeah.
There's no way they did something like that.
Oh, this is for our older audience.
Why would they- yes, this is for the
show
older
must skew
audience.
old, like 60 plus, right?
This episode is for when the grandkids want to have some quiet and want like keep grandma and grandpa busy, so they'll put our show on for them to listen to it.
Yeah.
Hey, listeners are listeners. That's fine
So it's a
with me.
procedural, right?
It is.
Sonny, could you
So it's
go
an
ahead
old
and-
person show.
Hey, Sonny, go put that OrkU
With
podcast
pretty
on
scenery.
for me. I'd love to hear what they have to say about that Hawaii's 5-0s. I love that Hawaii 5-0 show.
Yeah, I'm not sure
While
why.
you're talking about it, let's talk about some NCIS.
I fucking hate
but
NCIS. My mom loves
How
NCIS.
could you hate NCIS?
My mom loves NCIS, though. It just serves
course.
no point.
Same with Hawaii 5-0.
Yeah, but at least that's in a pretty place.
Put on that OrkU iTunes for me, please.
Bad luck.
Those damn kids.
Bad luck.
Tethered.
All right, now we're going into us voices.
And please change my diaper.
One show that actually is worth watching is Blacklist.
You didn't even give the review of Hawaii 5-0.
Hawaii 5-0 sucks. I don't know why I watch it.
It sucks.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
serves no point. I watch
Fucking
it.
thing sucks.
Yeah, pretty much what that guy said. Blacklist though. Blacklist is actually fantastic. That's
Fucking thing sucks.
I gave up on that after like 3 seasons. It just became pointless. Too many episodes.
What is Blacklist?
James Spader being like a master criminal, turns himself into the FBI and is like, "Hey, I have a list of 150 unknown
Now it's got to be
super criminals."
way beyond. Yeah, it's way beyond 150 super criminals.
No, well, because technically every episode is like a number, so it hasn't gotten to 150 episodes.
How could
yet.
it not? There's already 6 episodes in, and there's like 30 episodes a season.
There's 22 episodes a season, 6 episodes, so 100, and we're getting there.
80, 100, right? That's 100.
6 times 2, bud. Simple math. What's 6 times 2?
That's only 120 super criminals.
Yeah.
Don't they do
multiple?
multiple super criminals per episode?
What's
No, they don't.
do.
Sometimes, but then sometimes one of them
How
is
many
drawn
seasons?
Out. 6 seasons.
132
Yeah.
master criminals.
I didn't say that. I stopped paying attention to the list, just like they keep going. Like, who's James Spader? Is he the girl's father.
Is he not the girl's father? Yeah,
They've
it's
gone back and
stupid.
forth 7 times. So I don't care.
So
but
how's
James,
it still a good show?
James Spader's fantastic. That's why it's a good show.
What's it about?
James, he helps the FBI and stuff happens.
So what is Blacklist?
James Spader says James Spadery things.
It's his list. Of,
Yeah. It's a list that's inclusive of people's. Yeah. I don't. James Spader alone is fantastic.
Choose your words more carefully.
I should. But yeah, he's fantastic. So I would recommend to watch it. As long as you don't care that the show's like point.
As long as you don't care that it's a bad show.
You know,
And if
It
you
would
have
be
time
it would
to
be a
waste.
really good show if it was only like 10 episodes per season, but there's like 22 or 4.
Yes.
90% of the shows
Do you
on
have,
TV
like-
would be better that
Do
way.
you have like the shorter notes, like the cliff notes of Blacklist, like the black notes, Blacklist?
James
cliff
Spader
notes?
is fantastic. It has good plot lines, good case of the week episodes, and yeah, that's about it.
And then,
And then what?
don't you have other stuff to talk about?
Oh yeah, I guess so. I put
It's an outrage.
my list
Is
down.
an
Gotta pick that up.
outrage.
Yeah, then nope, no, that's all I watched. And then, but we all watched except Scott because Scott doesn't watch anything.
We
or
all
review
watched
anything.
except Scott.
Well, the only thing he watches is Sabrina the Underage Witch. So
Which is a good show. So
Over and over again.
over and over and over again,
Over and
just
over.
rewatches that season
Watch
1
it
orgy scene.
multiple times.
I've seen it multiple times.
And then he watches Riverdale. Rip Luke Perry. He's dead, right? Luke Perry.
I love Riverdale too.
Okay.
Sure.
Game of Thrones,
Sure.
season 8, right? I watched that. It sucked. You watched that too, I think.
Game of Thrones?
There's even a fan petition because of how bad it was with 1.4 million signatures. Everyone wanting them to remake season 8. It's never going to happen. But
Never.
Yeah.
They shouldn't. They already fucked it up.
I'm so sad because the season didn't end the way I wanted it to, and it made me scared, and it made me angry and offended me, and things that make me angry and offend me should not exist because things are scary. So I'm gonna do a petition
Well,
to not change the Game of Thrones ending because I didn't like it.
The
and
show is
things I don't
clearly
like should not exist
put together
because
with, like,
I want my safe space.
tape and glue, and like they just threw it together. Like they didn't actually pay attention to anything.
That's what I heard. If they took like the last episode and stretched it out among 3 episodes and explained how they got from point A to point C, it'd be a really good ending.
But
they
it
just
didn't
kind of
explain.
jumped around, like jumped to conclusions.
If
to-
the writers
to
weren't lazy
finish
and
this.
stupid as fuck, it would have been a good show.
Well, as soon as the show went off the books, it stopped.
Not because season 6 was good. Ramsey, Battle of the Bastards. That was some good stuff.
He's a
Man.
pharaoh, right?
Yes,
Yes.
Ramsey the second.
Yeah, Ramsey the pharaoh.
Yeah.
The pharaoh.
You didn't like season 6?
No,
Really?
no.
I thought Ramsey was fantastic. Season 7 was kind of shitty. Season 8 was really
so.
bad.
Well, but the point is, as soon as they didn't have guidance from the books,
Yeah.
it went off the cliff.
Oh,
You know
they
who
were
should
just-
be forced to work in the Disneyland Stormtroopers? David Benioff and D.B. Weiss, and they should just die of a heat stroke.
That's what was happening. They were all writing. They were wearing stormtrooper outfits while they were writing it, so they're fainting.
Well, they were.
from heat exhaustion. So they had to finish up quickly before they died.
Well, they clearly like. They would wear stormtrooper outfits because they clearly like Star Wars because they're doing the next
That's what it
trilogy.
is. And that's what it is. They rushed this ending so they can get off
So
and
they could
go
get-
ruin Star Wars again.
They were so excited to ruin Star Wars that they decided that they were going to go write KOTOR, the Knights of the Old Republic. That's the rumor.
Yeah. Well, they clearly ruined season 8, and it is one of the lowest rated audience scores and tomato metered on Rotten Tomatoes. 58%.
How are there? How many reviews? There's only 6 reviews.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. 6 reviews,
But there are
there's 10,000 audience scores.
audience scores.
35%.
35%. Yeah, they hated it.
They hate. But are they saying they just hated how it ended or hated the whole thing?
I hated the whole season because the season was also sloppy because they
so
kept leaving
glad.
props and crap. Or they left. What was that joke?
Starbucks cup.
Starbucks cup,
Bottle of water in the
bottle.
finale.
You know what? Behind every freaking cup or Starbucks cup or water bottle you see on screen is 50 PAs who are screaming at the actors to leave your drinks in fucking holding. Because that happens all the time. That's how it always happens, that the actors carry their stuff out to set when they're not supposed to, and that's how it winds up there.
Yeah, but it never happened in the other seasons. Yet in this season, they had multiple gaffes.
Yeah, I guess they just got lazy. Or
exactly.
Or
That's
the
the point.
actors got so fucking big in their pants that like people were afraid to tell them no when they were walking out with their Starbucks cup to set.
Well,
you could see even like the water bottle, the guy was like kind of trying to hide it behind his leg.
Yes, he was trying to hide it behind his leg.
All it takes is 2 seconds to have a PA run up, make sure they're clear and out of there, and fucking disappear again.
Fetch my bottle.
Well,
fetch.
That's kind of how it happens. When you yell cut, then you have people who are supposed to run up with a water bottle, stuff like that, to make sure that the talent stays hydrated and like doesn't
the NFL
fucking die.
can keep water bottles off the
NFL
field.
has it.
How come?
I've got people when I have a set I'm working that's fucking hot.
You have a hose?
I have a hose that someone comes out and hoses me off with.
I was going to say you hose your actors down?
We put for me because I sweat a lot. We put like blankets and stuff over the camera, and the guy comes out and hoses me down like a horse.
And
is that true? I feel like that's
soaks
true.
you in a kiddie pool?
That for reals. When we like a hot set or something like that, as soon as we all cut, I
Hot
got somebody running over to me with a water bottle, so I don't fucking pass out from dehydration. Like that's stuff you put in place so you don't run into shit like coffee mugs and fucking water bottles on set. You get in, you get out of there, and you move on to the next take. It's not difficult to do, and I guess they either got lazy or, like you said, the checks weren't being cut, so they fired all the PAs, didn't have the people they needed in place to make sure that shit didn't happen.
Well, even John Oliver was ripping it. He's, what's that show called? Last Week Tonight,
yeah.
With John Oliver, was the lead-in to Game of Thrones.
HBO is deeply fucked after Game of Thrones.
He just kept ripping them every single episode. He's just like, this network is done when there's no Game of Thrones because there's nothing on there.
No, there's something coming up soon though.
What?
Oh,
Watchmen?
Yes, Watchmen.
It looks like crap.
Does it?
I'm not interested at all.
No shit.
And I'm a huge Watchmen fan. It has nothing to do with the movies. It's like, what if they continued it beyond the movies?
Yeah, was it like 80 Rorschachs or something?
There's like a cult of Rorschachs or something.
Cult wearing a Rorschach mask.
It looks stupid.
Can't be
Literally
as stupid as Game of
nothing
Thrones
about it looked
season 8.
interesting. What?
Can't be as stupid as Game of Thrones season 8.
Well,
It could be. It could be because unless they have the same writers.
I mean, I don't know. Those writers suck.
Well, it's the same thing that happened with what's that other show they have? The Wild West one with the robots. Westworld. Like season 1 was really good, and then season 2 turned into a cluster.
Wasn't
and
season
now
1 based off the book?
Season 3, they're just going like they're rebooting it and adding Aaron Paul. So HBO is like in a bad.
Just like True
spot.
Detective was really good, and then the guy was a plagiarist, and then it sucked.
Yeah, because as soon as you stop writing, like, you know, you have good source material and you go away from the source material, things suck, just like the X-Men movies.
Yeah. Game of Thrones, I mean...
not true, because the Marvel Universe proved that was wrong, because they went away from the source material. They made their own timeline.
It's not that far off.
I mean, it wasn't... They didn't follow comic books exactly, and they still had a great story.
They used it as the framework, though. And they did that from the beginning. Game of Thrones didn't use Game of Thrones as the framework. First of all, it's not even finished. The books aren't done. All the comic books that they're taking stuff off of are all done. So they use the framework of that to build something, but they're not, you know what I mean? Like any comic book fan could have looked up any of the movies and been like, I know exactly what's going to happen for the most part.
Yeah.
So, but that's not the same for Game of Thrones. Nobody knows how it's going to end except for the writer. And he's like, yeah, they got it right, but no, they didn't get it right. And yeah, they got it right. So basically certain characters, they got right and some they didn't. And the whole show made itself famous based off killing its main characters. What did they do in the finales? They didn't kill anybody. All your favorite characters lived.
Yeah.
All of them.
See, the first 2 episodes were kind of good because you kept thinking, Battle of Winterfell, people were going to die.
Nobody died.
Nobody fucking died. And then I was like, oh no, they're going to do this, aren't they?
All I can say is I'm so happy I never got into this show.
Not one episode.
Not one episode. I never saw one episode of this show because here's what happens. The more people come to me and say you have to get into this show, the more likely I am to never watch that show.
You're like a tick. You just like digging deeper.
Stand When, you have to see the show. You have to see the show. It was the same thing with Lost. People were like, you have to see this show. It's amazing. It's awesome. You have to start watching this show. And then it ended, and people were blowing their fucking brains out because it ended so bad.
Yeah, Lost went full
The more
retard.
people say watch a show, the less I'm going to watch a show. If you could be like, hey, this is a good show, you should check it out. All
What
right,
if
cool,
people
check it
tell
out.
you to not watch a show?
But people were always, everything you watch, I don't watch because I
Okay.
know that it's shit.
Specifically, it's
Specifically,
garbage.
everything you watch is garbage, so I don't watch. But so someone's just saying, hey, this is a good show. All right, I'll check it out. But someone's like, oh my God, you have to see this show. It's so amazing. You have to go see it. It's incredible. And you have to start from the beginning and you have to binge it and you have to put time aside. And every Sunday, I have to be in front of a TV at 8 o'clock to see the show. And
Just binge
okay.
it.
He's
First of
ang-
all, you
he's
can just
angry.
binge stuff now. You know that, right? You know what binging is?
Yes, I've heard about binging. I do it with
so
beer.
you don't.
We're not talking about
actually
binge
have-
eating,
I
Scott.
do it with alcohol.
binge
That's
eating
what I do
and
with
binge
beer.
drinking.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
binge
you
drinking.
know, I mean, Scott is really just ripping off Julia Roberts. So
Yeah, I mean,
'Cause she never
didn't
watched
see
any
it,
Game of
I didn't
Thrones.
see it. Me and Julia Roberts have something in common. I have a beard. She is a beard.
yes.
Does
Scott,
anyone care about Julia Roberts? Like
What do
at
you
all?
mean? She has her own show on
Amazon Prime, Homecoming?
Yes.
Yeah.
And no one watched it.
Nope. I tried to watch because it's in 4K, and I loaded it up, and I was like, nah, never mind. I don't
But
really
isn't
care.
this a common theme with these shows that everyone gets into and they turn out to have this horrible, shitty ending that everyone gets pissed off at?
It depends on the show. Well,
Breaking
what are the,
Bad
Yeah,
was
I thought
fantastic
Breaking Bad
and had
had
a
satisfying
fantastic ending.
But I mean, if you look, like I looked up a couple different websites, they have a list of best and worst shows. So like USA Today has a list of a couple of shows here that had horrible endings to their seasons, like How I Met Your Mother. Did
Never
anyone-
watched it,
Did
don't
anyone
care.
watch that?
Yeah.
Nobody ever watched that, but apparently that had a horrible ending. Seinfeld.
People like
Seinfeld.
that
No,
one.
Seinfeld. I put an extra I in there because I'm fancy. People
Seinfeld was good.
But people like that now, but when it originally happened, I think people hated it.
I don't think so.
People
Are you
were a
sure?
little
They
upset,
sent
but
them-
not
they
nearly
sent
as
them to
upset.
Jail. They arrested all of them. Spoiler
cares?
alert. Lost. Okay, Lost. Yeah, I talked about that. That's horrible. Here's Game of Thrones on USA Today for number
Dexter was
4.
pretty bad.
Dexter.
Although the
horrible.
Game of Thrones finale makes Dexter look like a masterpiece.
Dexter also was dying the last season anyway.
That's what I'm saying. Like
didn't
that was
die.
already kind of. It was the show was in quality was already going downhill anyway. So that one kind of didn't matter. What's the one people get most mad at is that's recent Sopranos.
Sopranos
That's not
wasn't that recent.
Sopranos. Well,
Don't stop believing.
What is that?
That's how it ends.
I thought
Yeah,
it ends
it's them-
mid-sentence at the dinner
No,
table.
they're in a diner surrounded by people who may be trying to kill them. Like you don't know. It's
yeah,
very
they may
ambiguous.
be cops, they may be killers, they may be whatever.
And
So
then they
it's,
just
it's very open.
and it fades to black, and it just goes don't. And then they play the song. Don't.
But people
stop
were mad
believing.
at that because it didn't have a dedicated ending. It was left open. Maybe they had a good life. Maybe they died 2 seconds later. Nobody really knows. They had a wide open ending, and people don't like that. You know what didn't have a wide open ending? Dinosaurs.
Oh yeah, they must have just been like, we're getting canceled. F you.
Yeah, so they actually sent the asteroid to kill everybody.
And it's just like you've watched the show
That
for
old-
3 seasons.
That
or
old
two
school. Not the mama. Not the mama. Not the mama. That one way back in the
just
day.
kill everybody.
They just
The
sent
animated
asteroid.
show?
No, it was
No.
like a live action. Like they were in suits. Like it
Yeah,
was
they were
crazy.
all wearing like dinosaur suits. They had the
There's a
little,
little
they had the baby,
baby.
dinosaur that hit the dad in the head with the frying pan. Going,
What?
Not the mama, not the mama.
What fucking what year was this?
90s.
God, yeah, that was 90s.
Dinosaur show? I'm just gonna
Yeah.
Google
Dinosaurs,
dino-
ABC.
Dinosaurs.
Yeah, it was in the 90s. The Sinclair family. A series
see.
told by everyday story of a dinosaur family that typically ended with humor.
Oh my god, these are fucking terrifying.
You've never seen it?
What the fuck? Nope, hold on. That
You've never seen this?
This-
Yes, that's the baby.
that
I'm the baby, gotta love me.
that is horrifying.
Isn't that what it's right?
The
I'm
seri-
the baby, gotta love me.
I'm the baby, God love me.
That is straight up horrifying.
The series
Look at the
wait,
other. Look at that one.
and wait,
The
oh,
series
shit.
finishes
What
on
did I
a
hit?
zoom out from the Sinclair home with ominous music playing before breaking to a dinosaur newscaster telling the world
Ah.
goodbye one last time.
Really?
Yeah,
that's
they went to
that's crazy.
They went to a newscast of a guy saying goodbye. We're all gonna die.
Wow, that's
This was
crazy.
a sitcom?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
really
and
weird.
They ended with the asteroid. So here we are. How I Met Your Mother again. Lost.
Lost was shitty.
Lost. drove people. But Lost, they backed themselves in the corner. They didn't know how to end it because the writing was insane.
That's one of those J.J. Abrams nonsense things where he
Like,
didn't know where it was going to go and just kept
everyone
adding
was
mythology and junk.
Dead and in
And then he's like,
purgatory
you know
the whole
what?
time.
It's a dream. Fuck it.
Yeah, everyone was in purgatory the whole time.
Yeah,
Let's see,
stupid.
Mad Men. Did anyone know anything
No,
about Mad Men?
nobody cares about Mad
They
Men.
have The Office
That
on their
went
list.
off. The Office doesn't matter after Michael left either. So what's it
That
matter?
was the series finale.
Roseanne. But this is after it ended the first time before it came back.
Before she became racist and got fired.
Before it came back and she got fired again.
Yeah, before she got refired. But they took it a route where she died a couple seasons earlier, and the last couple seasons was like her dream or whatever. Sons of Anarchy,
I don't know about that
Sopranos.
Sopranos.
You know who got it right? I mean, there's well,
Besides
first off,
Breaking Bad?
First off, Futurama did it right multiple times.
How? They went and did
multiple
movies.
times they did it right.
And those movies were boring.
Futurama.
Yeah, where they
Yeah,
canceled it and they went to movies.
And they went to movies? No,
Yeah.
they weren't actually movies. They were series. They were designed to be movies, but they were written and released as series when Comedy Central picked them back up.
They were released as movies and then cut into
series for Comedy Central. They made movies and cut them into series for Comedy Central. It was all on the same timeline. It wasn't like too far back. And then when the final episode, they gave you a great ending with the opportunity to go right back to it. But it was a great wrap up to the series, I think. And they did it multiple times. They ended it on a high note. They ended it perfectly.
Wait, they ended the show multiple times?
Yeah. Yeah,
I don't watch Futurama, so
every movie,
I know one of the
every time,
movies I got bored of it.
Into the Wild Green Yonder, they ended with them going through a wormhole, saying, "This is a wormhole, and we're gonna go off into existence. We could be billions of light years from Earth."
We'll all take your word for it, Scott.
Well, no, you don't take my word. Just watch it because it was the most amazing show of all time.
Amazing show, greatest thing
You know
ever.
who else did it right? Star Trek: Next Generation.
That's a great ending.
That's a great ending.
It didn't wrap the show up the way I wanted to, but I felt it was a really good ending.
That 3-part series, that 3-part episode that brought the beginning, the past, and brought it all together. And with Picard walking into the room with like all the first officers and stuff, the people that he realized these are the people I should be hanging out and spending time with.
Well, they went to movies
ending.
too, though.
Fantastic ending.
That's the weird thing is when they close out these shows and then they go to movies, like it's kind of strange.
Yeah, I still watch the movies though, whenever they come on. The only one I don't watch is Generations, but all the rest of the Star Trek Next Generation movies, I watch them every time they come on. I can't help it. They're my guilty pleasure.
I still love how we actually started talking about reviewing Game of Thrones. We didn't actually review Game of Thrones.
Because
Well, what's
it's not
there
a
to go
review. It
over?
sucks.
What do you want to go over?
I don't know. I mean,
all the things that are awful with it.
There's really only the writing was awful. The acting was
It was
fantastic.
directed very well. The acting was fantastic. Yes, I agree with the only people who need to be blamed are the writers.
Yeah.
That's it.
They ran out of money for the dragons.
They actually claimed they didn't have enough money in. Well, this is what the one actor, what's his name, Kit Harington, claimed.
yeah.
There wasn't enough money in the budget for him to pet his CGI dog goodbye.
Well, they did that in the finale. At least they gave Ghost a proper boopsie.
So stupid.
Did they ghosted Ghost?
They ghosted on Ghost. He
ghosted
did. He
on
ghosted
Ghost.
on Ghost. It
Yeah.
was ridiculous.
At the Battle of Winterfell, they're like, it's too expensive to do this in the daytime, so we're just going to film
gonna
everything
do it in the dark. so
People
you
won't
can't
see
anything.
shit, but we're just going to rest on everyone thinking it's intense because they can't see anything.
And then
Well, that's 'cause
you
they
have
actually
like
did everything
the hero
intense.
of 8 seasons. Or 7 seasons. She's the hero of 7 seasons. Turns into a bad guy.
In 2 episodes.
Yep. Just flips the
Oh,
switch and turns
is that
bad.
how they end it?
My
That's why
nephew
people
doesn't
were
want to
really
fuck
mad.
me anymore.
Oh.
Burn everything!
Well, that's why I heard a friend of mine talking about it. If they stretched into 3 episodes where they actually showed how they transitioned to their closing, it could have been really good and an epic ending. But they
Yeah.
just rushed it. If they didn't rush it, everyone would be loving it.
And that was the writer's decision. It wasn't HBO. HBO
No,
won
it
it
was
10 episodes.
the
The writer's
writers
like,
were like,
nah,
we're
we're only
done.
going to do 7 for season 7 and 6 for season 8.
But it scared me. And when things scare me, I don't like them. And they should change. And everyone that scares me and does things that offend me should be banned and shouldn't be allowed to do those things that scare me. I'm going to my safe space.
What?
Well,
Noob-Noob, you're not
I guess
allowed
you
there.
are. Yes. Are you one of the writers of Game of Thrones?
They need to Full Metal Alchemist this bitch.
I am a viewer of
They'll
Game of Thrones.
remake it in like 20 years.
I watched
Game of Thrones Brotherhood. Let's just get it out there.
I would watch Game of Thrones, and it's scared me. So I'm gonna go to my safe space where things.
So are we
can't
done
hurt
with
me.
Game of Thrones? Was there anything that
Please.
you were just dying to know about Game of Thrones there, Scott?
How does it end? Actually, no, I really don't care. Let's move on.
Everybody gets a happy ending.
Pretty
That's
much.
Exactly,
Well, except Daenerys.
That's kind of like me in a massage parlor.
all the main good guys got a happy ending.
From the females, because that's their job.
But even the happy endings don't make any goddamn sense. The Unsullied are like,
happy
oh,
endings
we
always
want
make
Jon
sense.
Snow Jon Snow to go away forever. But then, you know what? Fuck it. We're just going to leave also. Why is Jon Snow fucking leaving then?
There's no reason. None of it. None of it.
No
makes
goddamn
sense.
reason.
Why is there even a Night's Watch? What's
There
to
isn't.
watch?
There's nothing to. Oh, fuck that show.
That's what I'm saying. No one knows. No one
you can't.
cares.
They prove with that one fight scene when it's nighttime, you can't watch anything. It's too dark.
Yes.
You know what show has better writing that you hate? Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, you.
No, God!
I think I'm going to forget.
No, God, please, no! No!
Let me get it tattooed on your forehead.
No!
Yeah. Well, you know what else is cute and cuddly and adorable that I forgot I mentioned I watched? Detective Pikachu.
Yeah, that movie.
What? Who wouldn't want to see Detective Pikachu? It's Ryan Reynolds as
Scott,
Pikachu.
did you want to see Detective Pikachu?
No.
I didn't want to see Detective Pikachu.
Hard no. Actually.
No, not a hard.
That's a hard pass.
That's a hard
Ryan
pass
Reynolds
right there.
posted the full-length movie of Detective Pikachu online.
Ryan Reynolds on Inspector Pikachu was the name of the account, and he posted Pokemon Detective Pikachu full picture, and it starts out the actual movie. He shows the trailer. He shows
the
the
full
credits
trailer?
of the no, not the trailer. He shows the clips of the producers, the network, the show, the fucking production companies that put it on. He shows them, and then starts the movie. And about 10 seconds in, jumps to Pikachu, well, Detective Pikachu, I guess, just dancing for an hour and 42 minutes to this song. So I could actually let this play for another hour and...
It would be more interesting than the movie.
An hour and 40 minutes, and it was still
couldn't
playing.
even beat Avengers. Like, come on. It wasn't good enough to beat
It had
Avengers.
the #1 opening weekend for a
Video game movie?
Video game movie, yeah.
Yeah, that's a real low bar.
Yeah.
Still,
Yeah, we're talking
I mean,
about... Didn't we have a whole episode dedicated to how bad video game movies are?
it was a pretty solid movie. Like, it wasn't fantastic. It made $317 million worldwide. I think it'll get a sequel. I think the sequel will be much better received.
A sequel? They're going to make a sequel to this? How can they possibly make a sequel?
I think,
to
well,
this?
maybe not a sequel, but like another Pokemon movie or some shit.
How can they make another...
The ending kind
Don't
of.
they already have a whole bunch of like Pokemon movies and shit out there?
They live action.
Yeah, like
Pokemon
red
movies.
and blue and golden, yellow and,
and
purple
video
and teal.
games and...
Yeah, but so I mean, the movie's pretty
Like
basic.
Pokemon the first movie and Pokemon 3 the movie and Pokemon Forever. Is that the fourth movie? And then Pokemon the movie.
The movie.
The power of the power of us. What is it?
Pokemon, the power of us.
How is this a thing? Hold on. How many Pokemon movies are there?
There's a lot of animated Pokemon movies.
Oh, wait. This one's not animated? I'm confused.
Pokemon, the power
No, it's like a
of
hybrid. And the fucking designs of some of the Pokemon are absolutely insane.
Pokemon.
What does that even mean?
Pikachu's
They're just like ridiculous.
I choose you.
Pikachu looks so fucking good.
He looks like he's a what? Okay, well, first of all, what kind of animal is he? Is he a
He's
rat? Is he a weasel?
He's an electric mouse.
I've never heard of an electric mouse.
Well, that's because you don't know Pokemon, because you're a bitch. But
why does he have red things on his face?
I don't know. It's the little sparky things. When he gets mad, little sparks fly out of it. He's adorable.
But did they have the
Noob-Noob.
rise of Dark Ray?
Hey, Noob-Noob, do you know what Charizarding is?
I feel like we've went over this before, but I can't
You
remember.
should Google it.
Oh, isn't it like lighting somebody on fire and fucking them, or I don't know.
What?
It's Charizarding.
Charizarding. It's
a
something
sex
really
term.
stupid. Charizard's in this too, though. He fucks up Pikachu a little bit,
That's
but then
why
Pikachu
you
gets
go
the best of him.
Charizarding.
Yeah, but
What did the Rotten Tomatoes say?
the Rotten Tomatoes score? Tomato meter 66%, audience score 82%, which is fair.
Oh God! What if they make one of those horrific porn parodies of Detective
Pikachu's
Pikachu?
backdoor bonanza.
Yeah, that'll happen.
Oh God! It was so terribly disgusting, though. Oh,
Are you looking up Pokemon porn parodies? Okay.
Didn't Wood Rocket or something do it? I forget. So what? You didn't even read the tomato meter.
Tomato meter 66%, audience score 82, critic consensus. Pokemon Detective Pikachu may not take its wonderfully bizarre premise as far as it could have, but this offbeat adaptation should catch most, if not all, of the franchise's fans.
But what did you think about Strokemon Triple X?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What did that get onto the tomato meter?
74%.
See, it's funny because all the fanboys are like, "Oh, it's 82. We love this movie."
Well, no,
It's
that's what I'll
82%."
say. Like the movie wasn't
was
fantastic. If you're a Pokemon fan, you're gonna love it. If you're not gonna like that movie. You
So-
either need to be a fan of Pokemon or Ryan Reynolds to like the movie. Other than that, it's just mediocre.
Didn't we hear that Ryan Reynolds was
it's
trying?
a very small audience.
Yeah, but he was trying to do a bunch of different voices for it, and they
And they're
told
just like,
him,
dude, just be Ryan Reynolds.
yes, which is ridiculous.
Apparently, there's like an R-rated version of this movie, or they could.
Oh,
have.
they could with his
make an
outtakes.
R-rated. So they started. He went everywhere from G-rated to Deadpool. Like,
Oh, that would be fantastic. I would love for them to release that.
A whole bunch of.
An R-rated Pika.
Like an uncut version is like a bonus edition on the DVD or
Well,
some
that's
shit.
what he was saying. He's like, I'd go into the audio booth and they'd be like, just try a whole bunch of things, and I would just do a full range of comments and reactions. And some of them were R-rated and some of them were G-rated, and they went with the G-rated ones, of course. But there could be an R-rated version of this movie if someone decided to piece it together.
Oh, I would love to see that.
Oh, a lot of people would love to see it. That'd be amazing.
I don't think the Nintendo or Toei Animation that licenses the movie would ever allow that to happen. They couldn't just
No.
have Pikachu saying "fuck you" and doing some weird shit.
No,
Maybe
it
they'll
would be
get.
hilarious.
No, I don't know what they'll do.
Either way, I mean, I thought it was the character animations were probably some of the best I've ever seen. And
In compared to what?
I don't know. I just like Pokemon. They were adorable.
Well, and you're
Did you catch
that
them
part of that
all?
audience. You are that audience.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
Of course, you're gonna say it's fantastic because you are that.
Also,
audience.
the other thing
you're
is
the one that's brainwashed into it. You also go and masturbate in a safe space.
the Pokemon memes
Two
for
Pokemons.
Pikachu are
Two Pokemon.
fantastic. It spawned fantastic Pokemon memes with Pikachu and his face. I sent some of them. in
The
my thread.
only one that I thought was funny was the face swap of him and
the Smash
Sonic.
Brothers one or something. No, I'll
no,
have to show
they
'em
face
to you.
swap him and Sonic. No, the Smash Brothers one was not funny.
But his face is like, what the fuck? No? Oh,
No.
whatever. I
You're
don't know.
the only
See it.
person.
See the goddamn movie.
No, I don't like Pokemon. Why would I see it?
Anyone would like Pokemon. It's adorable. But yeah, that's about it. I mean, I don't
That's
really,
as far as it goes.
I don't really got much else.
Who do you think is the sexiest Pokemon?
Fuck, that's hard.
Would it be Lopunny?
Lopunny. What?
Lopunny is pretty hot.
Or how about Greninja?
No, that's a weird ninja toad. Why would that be hot?
What about Braxian?
I can't picture what Braxian looks like right now.
No,
Or Gorgeist?
Don't. Yeah. I'm more of a Gen 1er, so you're naming some like Gen
What's
4,
Gen
5,
1?
and 6.
How about
The original 150.
Gardevoir?
I know what Gardevoir looks like.
Do you think she's sexy?
She's okay. Why are we rating Pokemon? It's getting weird.
Because this is all weird. All this is fucking weird.
You're weird with your shaved
Or
head.
Meliota?
You're a goddamn skinhead.
now that's a little extreme there.
No, I'm
don't
not
know.
actually. Actually, I'm not because it's growing back.
It
'Cause
is growing back.
In
and it's really
Pokemon
weird.
Yellow.
Well, I sunburned my skull the other day.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So I can't shave it. I forgot when I went out in the sun that I don't have hair to protect my skull anymore, so I sunburned the fuck out of my head. It hurts a lot. Like the,
Full lobster.
the headphones hurt right now. It
So I can
sucks.
just smack the top of your head.
You smack the top of my head, I'll punch you in the face.
What if I run away from you?
You can try.
You think you can catch me?
Whether or not I catch you, when I do, you're dead.
Okay. From cuddles?
Yeah, I will cuddle you.
Listen,
to
I
death.
might have a spot open.
backwards cuddles.
Pikachu refuses to enter a Pokeball.
Yeah.
Does he not go into a Pokeball in this movie?
No, he never went into a Pokeball.
Not ever?
One time, initially in the very first episode, he tries to put him in the Pokeball and then he refuses.
He won't fit in the Pokeball?
He fits, he just doesn't want to.
He's too big.
He wants to be a lovable, cute little Pokemon on your shoulder.
He wants to be a what?
He stretches the Pokeball.
But how can you summon other Pokemon if you already have one that's out?
You can do whatever the fuck you want. What are you talking about? not a video game rule. It's just Pokemon or Pokemon. You
Isn't this just putting in a whole race of species into
How is this a video game
servitude?
movie if Pokemon was a TV show first?
Pokemon Detective Pikachu is a video game.
Have we learned
That's a
nothing
stretch.
from the past?
No, it's literally a game. I played it. It follows the story of the game.
I'm saying that's a stretch. That's like saying Star Wars is a video game movie.
Technically, I think the game came out before.
So if they make Knights of the Old Republic, that'll be a video game movie. That's what your logic says.
Did Pokemon the show come out first,
Yes.
or did the video game come out first?
No, it was a show. Even video games didn't even exist. It was like Pong.
Pokemon ain't that fucking old.
Yeah, it is.
It's like the 90s.
Yeah, it's like 30 years old.
Yeah,
it was-
fucking
it
Atari
was-
was in what, the 70s or 80s?
It was before they had the technology to do games like Pokemon.
Pokemon Go didn't even come out till like... I don't know.
Pokemon Go is shit compared to the actual games.
Says you.
What, do you play Pokemon Go?
No,
Sure.
I don't play Pokemon anything.
We're
You got
still
those
playing the
Pokemon
music
Go
from
thumbs.
Ryan Reynolds.
I know.
We really are. We're about to go through the entire
I'm about
movie.
to hide your Pokeballs.
Yeah. You just want to play with my Pokeballs, don't you?
I will
Not at all.
smack your
Yeah, you do.
Pokeballs around.
Your Master Daddy balls? I don't... Why,
I don't know where you're
why
going
is
with
this
this.
episode still going on? Honestly?
Why are you still talking about
Me
Pokemon?
helpy.
I don't know. You got nothing else to say?
I have nothing to say about Pokemon. Is that the last review?
Yes.
Is that it?
That's it?
Yeah.
Are we just dragging this fucker on long
Pretty
enough to-
much.
You letting him talk about Pokemons?
So, if you like what you heard here today, you can head over to our Instagram at ork_u, ORK_u, and follow our content there. Go over to youtube.com and search Our Reviews Will Kill You, and there will be new content up there soon after I'm done with the project I'm involved in right now, and I got my editing base set up in my new studio, so we're going to get to that as soon as I can. And you can go over to facebook.com/Our Reviews Will Kill You and see what we're doing over there as well.
Aren't there some like new shows to watch on YouTube or something?
On YouTube?
Yeah. Don't you have a show that you were going to promote that people can watch on YouTube?
Well, if you go over to scottwillkillyou.com, you will find links to shows as like Drunk Ghost Adventures
Yeah.
and those effing models.
I don't know that one.
This is all stuff from the Legion of Lunacy, a
Those effing
group
models.
of people that I'm involved with in filming stuff. But these are on YouTube. But you can go to YouTube and search Legion of Lunacy or Drunk Ghost Adventures, or just go to scottwillkillyou.com, because that's what you hear me say all the effing time. But scottwillkillyou.com has all of those shows. Drunk Ghost Adventures, those effing models.
Drunk Models sounds like a good show.
Blue Iron. Keebler Media has a music video. There's a link to that over there as well. There's all kinds of good stuff over there, as well as the other podcasts that we do play around with, the K101 and the Doncast, and all kinds of fun stuff at scottwillkillyou.com, because yes, Scott will kill you with content.
Intent content.
Intent to content. Intentive content.
Did you know Pokemon stands for Pocket Monster?
I have a pocket monster for you right here.
So from all of us here at OrkU to all of you at home,
Game of
Thrones.